Why do Chinese, Korean, and Vietnamese usually just have one sound for characters, while Japanese could have up to 15 plus kanji readings? The readings aren't random, it depends on when the character entered the language and if the word is of native Japanese origin. Go on. Oldest Sino-Japanese kanji readings. They were transmitted to Japan mainly through the Korean peninsula and southern China, especially during the period when Buddhism and Chinese culture were being introduced to Japan around the 5th and 6th centuries. Kanon. Primarily during the Tang Dynasty period, particularly through Japanese missions to China and contact with the Chinese pronunciation used around the Tang capital, Chang'an. These became extremely important for the vocabulary of government, scholarship, administration, and literature. Toon. Despite the name, these readings aren't necessarily from the Tang Dynasty. The term traditionally refers to readings imported from China later than the main Goon Kanon periods, particularly from the Song, Yuan, and Ming periods. They often enter Japanese by way of Buddhist monks, Zen temples, merchants, and trade. Kunyomi. In contrast with the other readings, kun sounds have no tie to any classical Chinese sounds, but predominantly their meanings. The sounds are of native Japanese origin. Kun is defined as meaning because it's the meaning of the kanji you're using. Hence, it usually has quite a few readings. Nanori, Japanese readings used for Japanese names, not always common, such as Akira, Kanyon, readings that enter Japanese via a way that is not Goon, Kanon, or Toon. For example, Chairo and Kisaten. Cha is the Kanyo-on. In the Chinese languages, Hanja usually have one reading because they aren't necessarily borrowings, and the words are just evolved sound pronunciations of their own languages.